What if events went differently? What if Darkseid invaded the Jedi Temple on Coruscant? Welcome back, my fellow watchers of the multiverse, to yet another Star Wars and DC crossover video, and in today's video we're going to be going over what if Darkseid had finally invaded the Jedi Temple during or before Order 66. I don't want to go into too many spoilers. I feel like I've probably already spoiled it, but I do want to say that this is going to be taking place during Revenge of the Sith, kind of right near Order 66, and it's kind of interesting because Darkseid and his forces find the mother boxes on Coruscant underneath the Jedi Temple. Now it's going to be very interesting to see because Anakin is on Coruscant during this time, so it'll be interesting to see what happens and what happens with Palpatine and even Order 66. But that being said, my fellow watchers of the multiverse, I would highly recommend that you guys subscribe, like, share, and turn those notifications on so you and your friends are up to date whenever I post a video. And I do want to say, if you guys would like to support the channel further or want to see like even more stuff, I would highly recommend that you guys check out the Patreon as well as the Substack. I'm so glad to finally do this in a full video because it's been like 2 years since I've done a YouTube short on what if Darkseid invaded Coruscant in the Jedi Temple. It's a concept that I'm very happy with doing, so again, I can't wait to get into this. So that being said, grab some popcorn, grab whatever you have to do, because we're going to be diving into the brand new What If episode. Under the ethereal glow of Coruscant's setting sun, Anakin Skywalker strides with purpose through the ornate hallways of the Jedi Temple. His face is etched with concern, reflecting the weight of the secret he carries. Inside the council chamber, the air is thick with anticipation, as Anakin reveals to Mace Windu that Chancellor Palpatine is the Sith Lord they've been seeking. Windu's eyes narrow, a storm gathering in his gaze. The revelation demands swift and decisive action, but the need for secrecy and caution prevails. They agree that Windu will confront Palpatine, while Anakin must inform the other council members. As they finalize their plans, a deep, unsettling tremor in the Force interrupts them. It's a sinister prelude to chaos, an omen that something catastrophic looms near. In the cold vacuum of space, Darkseid stands aboard his command ship, a behemoth casting shadows over the stars themselves. With a cruel smirk, he commands his lieutenant to begin the assault. As the ship descends into Coruscant's atmosphere, it cuts through the clouds like a dark blade, its presence an eclipse over the city's vibrant lights. On the streets below, panic ensues. The citizens of Coruscant, from senators to shopkeepers, gaze upward in horror as the colossal ship positions itself ominously above the Jedi Temple. The tranquility of the Jedi Temple is shattered as Darkseid's forces strike. Explosive blasts rock the foundations, sending shards of stone flying. The main entrance crumbles under the onslaught, and a horde of dark minions floods in. The temple's defenders, Jedi Knights and Padawans alike, are quick to respond. Lightsabers ignite in a flurry of blue, green, and violet, clashing against the invaders armed with energy weapons and dark powers. Amid the chaos, the Elder Jedi organize a defense, rallying their forces to protect the heart of the temple. But the enemy is relentless, driven by Darkseid's will to find the hidden mother box. Back in the council chamber, Anakin paces, his mind a whirlwind of conflict. The screams of battle and the smell of smoke reach him even here, pulling him towards the fray. Windu, ever the strategist, insists that Anakin stay behind. He believes Anakin's knowledge of Palpatine might be crucial in the coming days. Reluctantly, Anakin agrees, but his gaze remains fixed on the door, his hand twitching towards his lightsaber. As the battle intensifies, Anakin can no longer stay away. Against Windu's orders, he rushes out, determined to defend his brethren and confront whatever evil has descended upon them. Anakin arrives just as a group of Jedi is overwhelmed by Darkseid's elite guards. Without hesitation, he leaps into the fray, his lightsaber slicing through the air. Each move reflects his exceptional skills and inner turmoil, the desire to protect, the fear of what's coming, and the anger at being kept in the dark. As he fights, he catches glimpses of the temple, corridors filled with rubble, ancient tapestries aflame, and the wounded being tended by their comrades. The sight fuels his resolve, and he pushes deeper into the temple, towards the source of the invasion. As the battle rages on, Obi-Wan Kenobi, having just defeated General Grievous, senses the turmoil at the Jedi Temple. Without hesitation, he contacts Yoda, who is on another mission far from Coruscant. They agree that the Jedi Temple must be the priority, and Obi-Wan swiftly gathers a contingent of Jedi to return to Coruscant. Upon arrival, the scene that greets them is one of devastation. A temple under siege, smoke billowing into the night sky. Obi-Wan leaps into action, his calm demeanor a stark contrast to the chaos around him. He moves with purpose, deflecting blaster shots and guiding frightened Padawans to safety. Remember, the Force will be your ally. Trust in it and move swiftly, he instructs a group of young learners as he escorts them away from the front lines. Meanwhile, Anakin Skywalker becomes the embodiment of fury and focus. Climbing over rubble, he descends into the temple's underground chambers, where the mother box is believed to be hidden. Each step he takes is fueled by a growing darkness within him, his fear for the safety of his friends turning into anger against the invaders. As he encounters enemy forces, his attacks become more aggressive, his movements a blur of blue light. "This is where your conquest ends," he declares to a group of Darkseid's elite soldiers, blocking his path. His lightsaber whirls, cutting down foes with a precision that belies his inner turmoil. Above it all, Darkseid watches with a malevolent glee from his command center. His deep, rumbling voice echoes through the comm channels of his troops. "Crush their hope. Let them feel the weight of their impending doom," he commands, his words chilling those who hear them. He turns to his lieutenant, a sinister figure shrouded in darkness. "Ensure the Jedi feel the cost of their resistance. The mother box is within our reach, and with it, their defeat is assured." The core of the temple is now a war zone, with Jedi and clone troopers fighting side by side against the relentless onslaught of Darkseid's forces. Amidst the chaos, Anakin finds Mace Windu, who is rallying the defenders. "We must hold them back at all costs," Windu shouts over the din of combat, his lightsaber a steady arc of violet light. Anakin nods. "They will not break us," he replies, stepping forward to join Windu in the heart of the battle. Together they form a formidable duo, their lightsabers weaving a dance of death for any who dare approach. Obi-Wan, moving through a different part of the temple, comes upon a group of Padawans cornered by enemy forces. With a reassuring smile, he ignites his lightsaber. "Stay behind me," he instructs them, stepping forward to meet the threat. His blade moves with an elegance that belies the deadly strikes it delivers. To challenge a Jedi in his own temple is a folly, Obi-Wan quips. as he dispatches another attacker, his calm demeanor providing a stark contrast to the desperation of the battle. As the battle continues, the tide begins to turn. The Jedi and clones, inspired by the bravery of their leaders, push back harder against the invaders. Anakin, caught up in the fervor of battle, makes a critical decision that will change the course of the fight. Spotting a strategic advantage, he leads a daring assault on a key position held by Darkseid's forces. Anakin and Obi-Wan standing back to back, surrounded by fallen enemies. Anakin's face is a mask of resolve, his earlier doubts washed away by the heat of battle. "We will end this, Master. For the Republic, for the Jedi," he asserts, his voice ringing with a heroism that hides the darkness growing within him. The Jedi Temple, now a battleground scarred by war, serves as the stage for the final confrontation. Anakin Skywalker, driven by rage and a bit of the dark side, faces Darkseid alone. The Dark Tyrant is relentless, unleashing his fearsome Omega beams. Anakin, wielding both his and Obi-Wan's lightsabers, deflects the deadly beams with a masterful display of skill and power. "Your reign of terror ends today," Anakin shouts, his voice echoing through the ruined halls. As Anakin battles, Yoda arrives from Kashyyyk, sensing that the fate of the galaxy hangs in the balance. Yoda, he uses the Force to maneuver through the fight between Anakin, Obi-Wan, and Darkseid, reaching the Mother Box. Understanding the grave cost, he prepares for a selfless act. "For the galaxy, for peace," Yoda murmurs, summoning all his strength that he has left. With a powerful surge of the Force, he destroys the Mother Box, unleashing an energy that devastates the surrounding area. The sacrifice is immense, claiming Yoda's life, his body vanishing into the Force. In the aftermath, Anakin stands amidst the smoldering ruins, the echoes of battle fading around him. He sees the bodies of Obi-Wan and Yoda, their sacrifices weighing heavily on his heart. Overwhelmed by loss and the haunting silence of the temple, a profound sense of isolation envelops him. Memories flash before his eyes, battles fought, loved ones lost, a whirlwind of pain and anger that stirs the dark side within him. Fueled by a tumultuous mix of grief and rage, Anakin's power surges. Facing Darkseid, who is weakened by the destruction of the Mother Box, Anakin channels his full might. "This ends now," he declares. With an overwhelming force, he not only strikes down Darkseid, but also uses his powers to pull Darkseid's ship from the sky, crushing it and all remaining forces in a monumental display of Force strength. As the dust settles, Anakin stands alone in the devastation, the firelight casting shadows across his face. Suddenly, the spirits of Obi-Wan and Yoda appear before him, their presence calming. "The path to rebuilding is long, but you are not alone," Obi-Wan assures him, his voice echoing with a serene wisdom. Yoda, ever the sage, adds, "Ended the war has. A new beginning, this is. Trust in the Force you must." They reveal their knowledge of Padme, reassuring Anakin that his future holds promise and peace. In the final moments, Anakin, surrounded by the Force spirits of his mentors, looks towards the horizon. The first light of dawn breaks over Coruscant, symbolizing new beginnings. With a renewed spirit, Anakin vows to rebuild the Jedi Order, not as a warrior, but as a guardian of peace. As Grand Master, he would lead with compassion, shaped by the trials he has endured and the lessons he has learned. From the ashes of war, we will build a galaxy of peace. This I vow, Anakin declares, his voice carrying a newfound maturity and purpose. The spirits of Obi-Wan and Yoda fade, their final smiles affirming Anakin's path forward. Anakin Skywalker, once poised on the brink of darkness, now stands as a beacon of light for a war-torn galaxy, ready to usher in an era of unprecedented peace and unity. And that is going to be it for What If Darkseid Invaded the Jedi Temple in Star Wars Revenge of the Sith. Now, what did you think of all of the craziness that happened within this fan fiction? It was absolutely nuts. Now, I was so glad to finally be able to do this one. I really thought it would be interesting if it took place right before the events of Order 66, when Anakin finally learns that Palpatine is the Sith Lord. The dynamic of the entire timeline would be different. It would be fully different. I think Darkseid invading the Jedi Temple and having Anakin and Mace Windu, and then, you know, the other Jedi, the cavalry, come in, like Yoda. It would be so interesting, but again, I really wanted to do this what if and really go in depth. So again, thank you guys so much for watching. Let me know what other crossover videos and what other what ifs you would like to see, but thank you again, and I will see you in the brand new what if episode. Take care and have a wonderful day. Peace out.